home. Well wishes to you, Tiaga. And these 5 guys have been instrumental to their team's success this year. Their combined leadership has kept them focused on their goals, working hard in practice, and maintaining team unity. Now, the team captains have regular meetings with the coaches to discuss team issues, the mood of the team, and to share insights about what is going on with the team. These meetings have helped the coach gain a better understanding of the team as a whole. The coaches greatly value their opinions and insight. The team captains for Kalaheo is your KITV team players. We'll toss to a break. Jack and Brent coming up after this. Live from Kaiser in the OIA White Championship game.
And scenic Waikai, Coco Crater behind the press box here at Kaiser High School Athletic Field and Ted Fukushima Athletic Complex. Jack Weirs, Brett Murakami, and the entire OC16 broadcast team. Good first half, I thought.
It's been a good, entertaining first half. I think both teams sort of figured each other out. There's been a balance of good defense and good offense. Just there's no goals to show for. The Kalaheo 2 offensive forwards, Tyler Williams and Cody Inagaki, has really connected up there, but they have no goals to show for. But Farrington's been solid back there. Their senior leader in Justin Tamashiro has been solid in not letting the Kalaheo Mustangs through. So it's been a good balance of good defense and good offense.
They clearly knew they're going to have to play some good defense. Let's see if the statistics kind of bear out, what we've been talking about here. And take us through goal kicks.
Yeah, I think a stat here to look at are those shots on goal. Kalaheo has 10 to Farrington's 4. Kalaheo has really been testing Farrington's goalkeeper, John Reyes, and he's done a good job keeping everything out of the net using his hands and feet, as we've seen multiple times tonight. But I think Kalaheo is really going to need to cash in on one of their set pieces. They've had 3 corner kicks to Farrington's 1. So if Kalaheo can cash in on one of their set pieces, either a corner kick or a free kick, they might be able to get a goal.
10 shots on goal, but maybe not all of them real quality shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's we've got 10 shots, but the goalkeeper from Farrington has come up with maybe 3 or 4 really big saves. Kalaheo's got 3 good shots in the penalty box, but nothing to show for, like I said, Jack, and that's really what it comes down to. Farrington's got 3 shots, but they too have nothing to show for.
John Reyes, the young goaltender for Farrington, has certainly been tested, and he's had to be mobile, and he's come up, I would say, quite large. Let's take a look at some first half highlights, if we could. Talking about some opportunities, and there's Reyes getting tested in the early moments of this game. There was a flurry of opportunities for Kalaheo.
There sure has been.
This is Reyes again, just putting his body at risk and kind of needing to. And the play, we did have a yellow card and some opportunities. And when we come back, more halftime. We are scoreless here in our White Championship game at Kaiser. And we are looking up on Mariners Ridge above Hawaii Kai as dusk is turning tonight. Scoreless of our OIA White Championship game here at Kaiser High School. And now a little bit, both of these teams kind of embody in many ways their community. A little bit more on that in Kalaheo's case. We go downstairs to Felipe.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Jack. Every year around the beginning of the season, the Mustangs go out and do a community service project. Now, one of the projects this year was to help organize and lead an AYSO soccer festival for youth athletes. There are about 20 teams that participated in this festival, all between 8 to 10 years old. And every player for Kalaheo pitched in a different role in the festival. Some players were referees, some were ball boys, some even helped coach some of the teams. Now, Coach Nakagawa said it was a great experience for his team because it helped build character, and it allowed the Mustangs to sort of bond together while teaching the kids sportsmanship and respect and all the things that are needed to become a student athlete. And it was that time together that sort of helped set the tone for the rest of the season, and it's been pretty evident. It's pushed them all the way here to the OIA White Championship game. Let's go back up to you, Jack.
Thanks, Felipe. Both of these coaches were really so praiseworthy of their teams and the type of kids and the way that the teams had bonded together, and close-knit teams that's what you would expect to see in a championship game.
Yeah.
Teams coming together, playing well, finding out who they can be, and growing as the season goes along. And both of these teams in evidence.
For sure. I think, that team bonding and that team fight for each other, it's almost like playing with a 12th man out there. That extra man pushing you along even when your legs don't want to go, but you're doing it for your fellow teammate.
Show your support for Hawaii's law enforcement community with official Shopo merchandise, such as shirts, hats, stickers, and more. The store is open to the public Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 1717 Ho'e Street in Kalihi. Proceeds benefit officers and families statewide. Well, we are ready for the second half kickoff. If you are Kalaheo, what do you say at halftime?
I think for Kalaheo, they've just got to keep doing what they've been doing. They've gotten some good opportunities. Just there's nothing to show for on their end, but they have gotten shots. They have gotten through occasionally behind the Farrington defense. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They haven't allowed any goals or anything, so I wouldn't do anything too crazy. As far as the Farrington Governors, I think they've just got to maintain their discipline and defending together. They've done a good job in the first half, being a unit, not letting Kalaheo through. They've done a good job of not letting Cody through and Tyler through. So it should be a good second half. I think if we do get a goal from one of the teams, it may open up and things may change.
Does Kalaheo maybe adjust their playing style a little bit and try to go a little bit more long rather than the short control passing games that they would prefer? And here's dancing in the middle, Inagaki looking for space and quickly converged upon. On the ground, and down he goes again after a hard tackle. Here come the Farrington Governors, lofting it back to Maleoi, who has played a huge defensive game for Farrington.
He is amped out there. Lawrence Maleoi is amped. He's been solid. Hasn't let Kalaheo through, and after that clearance, he's jumping for joy. He's an energetic player. Sure. Maybe a member of the football team, I'm not sure. But he's definitely got that Farrington spirit in him.
You know who is a member of the football team is Tamashiro, is their field goal kicker.
That's important in high school football. I think many times high school football is a soccer player. High school football kicker is a soccer player.
Parker will give way. On the other end, Vanderkamp will throw it in as they will try to pursue the sidelines again. This has been their line of attack, their preferred line of attack. Williams.
Tyler Williams has done a good job of trying to get down on that sideline, looking for a cross to his fellow teammate Cody.
Williams will loft it in the middle. And it is picked off by John Reyes.
That was an interesting tactic as they decided to do what we would call a short corner in soccer. Not necessarily that cross into the box we traditionally see. Maybe it's to catch Farrington off guard, to go a little quicker.
Take a look at that short corner. A little give and go.
Many times, defending team just kind of check out for a moment, and they're getting situated in the penalty box. And if a team sees that, they go for a short corner to catch them off guard and go and attack them when they're not ready. In that case, Farrington goalkeeper John Reyes, again, been solid. Easy grab for him.
Vanderkamp, Felipe ridden off the play. Parker for Farrington. A little shove in the back, and I think Parker is going to get called for the foul. That's going down Jensen Wong. Youngest of three brothers. He's been around the program ever since he was a little guy. Of according to Chatterjee. Older brother Jordan is one of the assistant coaches. Tyler Williams headed into the air. No luck dribbling into the teeth of that Farrington defense. Probing the middle has gotten Kalaheo nowhere in this game.
Farrington has been solid. They're disciplined. They're taking that center of the field away from Kalaheo. They're allowing the Kalaheo attackers to go down the sidelines or have the wide part of the field. But they know that if they come down the middle, the Farrington defenders will be there in their face. And Farrington's been doing a solid job so far.
Farrington has clearly learned something from their early season loss. Remember, that was a 4-0, very convincing win by Kalaheo. Vandekamp headed out of there. That was Caridad. It's like that ball might get a little muddy too.
Yeah, it's a brownish ball they're playing with.
We are scoreless. Coaches we talked to today, said not that the field would impact the game, but the field will impact the game.
Yeah, I would agree with them, but I'm very pleased in the sense that the field has done pretty good so far. We haven't seen players slip a lot, unlike last night here in the semifinals for the red division. The players were slipping every other play. The players were scared to run because they were scared of slipping. Tonight it's been pretty good. We've had some slipping, but it hasn't really been a huge factor. It's been pretty good so far.
Well, a little bit later on, we're going to have the second half of our doubleheader. It's quite a marquee matchup with two unbeaten teams, and the only blemish on both of those ledgers is a scoreless tie between Mililani, the defending state champions, and Kapolei, nationally ranked among prep teams, and they'll be going at it, and something's got to give there.
I look forward to calling and watching a good second game, but we've got a good game here on our hands, so let's see if we can get somebody on goal.
Remember, Kalaheo only once beaten this year, and a foul, a tripping is called against Kalaheo. Farrington will have the free kick. This was kind of out in front of everybody right there. Pretty obvious. As McConnell Parker right back at Farrington. Here is Kalaheo looking for a transition. They're looking to turn it up offensively.
That was important for Farrington to not let them through. It was Farrington's set piece or offensive opportunity to score, so they committed some of their defenders going forward, including their senior sweeper Justin Tamashiro, and Kalaheo saw that and tried for a transition goal. And fortunately for Farrington, they got that ball cleared out and a foul was called.
Clear offsides there as racing well in front of the pack was Tyler Williams. Trying to camp out, maybe not get noticed.
Yeah, but Justin Tamashiro was solid back there. He knew Tyler Williams was offsides as soon as the ball was played. Justin raised his hand up to signal for an offsides. Justin knew exactly what he was doing back there, holding his line, as we would say in soccer, letting the forward run through, but knowing that forward, if they were to get the ball, would be offsides.
Big collision down. Eric Arzaga called for the foul against Jonah Felipe. Might be a little understandable. Play get a little more physical as the longer you go along in a scoreless game.
It sure will. It sure will get a little physical in the sense that legs will start giving out and unable to control the body a bit more, and then the urge to really want that ball, you may push a little extra, and that may result in a foul. But everyone's just really trying to play hard and rally for that first goal. That almost came there.
Yeah, the win that the first to the ball and the need to take away becomes increasingly urgent as the game goes along. There's a redirect, though, not a bad idea. It was Felipe who I think would like to have another crack at that redirect.
I think so, and credit to Tyler Williams. He's been both running down the left side of the field, the right side of the field, trying to get crosses into his attacking teammates. And that was another display of Tyler Williams' talent in wanting to set up his teammates. I think he just got subbed out, give him some water, get him re-energized, and he'll be back in the game doing the same thing. He's been solid. In this game, so far he's been the man trying to set up his teammates. But in the regular season, he had 9 goals himself. So it's either him resulting in finishing a goal or him starting the goal.
Remember, this is Farrington's 3rd game, but they have not given up a goal. In beating on a penalty in 2 overtimes, beating Waipahu 1-0, and then shutting out the top seed Waianae 3-0. So this great defensive effort has been consistent throughout this playoff. Towards goal, and again, Reyes is there.
Well in control of himself. He's been sharp. Talking to coach, like I mentioned earlier, it's been his first season as a goalkeeper, and it's not easy to just transform into a goalkeeper. Like you mentioned, Jack, earlier, he was training last year with the girls team, but that's just the experience that he needs as a goalkeeper. So John Reyes has performed extremely well in the 13 games he's played, and he hasn't given up a goal in the playoffs yet.
Bargil, number 17. And a shot by Jonah Felipe. And the young sophomore had some pace on that, but it was a little bit wide.
It's good to see the Kalaheo players taking those chances, though. You don't shoot, you don't score, Jack.
Keep redirecting it and sending it into that danger zone. Eventually, something good may happen.
That's right. That's right. And with this kind of field, you never know if it hits just a bad rock. You know, it's not turf out here, so you don't know.
It could skip. It could skid.
That's right. That's right.
It could be deflected unintentionally, redirected by the other team.
So as we would like to say, we just put balls into dangerous areas, hoping for something good to happen.
Opportunity now, Reese DeMello. The senior puts the shoe into it, a pretty good one. On the ground, where it gets a little dangerous.
That was a good, dangerous ball served in by Reese. Put it in a dangerous spot. Farrington was unable to clear it in the beginning. Unfortunately for Kalaheo, there was no one there on the other end to have a shot on goal.
That was John Caridad. His only goal of the year came against Waianae here in the playoffs. Number 17 for Farrington. Tyler Williams with the throw-in. On the ground, opportunity. Blocked. And a good block by Tyong. Well, we got a heads up, but as to what that buzzer that we're hearing, that's the gymnasium is right behind us. So the basketball team's probably doing some scrimmaging.
We've got dual action going on here at Kaiser. I think last night too there was the boys semifinals in the red division, and Kaiser was playing, I think, McKinley in basketball. So there was a lot of people here. I think the concession stand, Jacka was going for some food, and they ran out of food in the second game.
Again, trying to probe that middle, running into all kinds of resistance. Now the centering pass loose, and a quick turn and a shot by Williams, and it was covered up, and again, Reyes came up large.
A great save, a great shot by Tyler Williams to get that ball on frame, or on goal, as we would say. It's a good, dangerous cross by Nick Vanderkamp to get it in an area, hoping that his Kalaheo attacker would be on it, and Tyler was, and got a good shot, good attempt, but John Reyes again solid for Farrington in goal. Did not let it through.
Inagaki descended upon in the middle. Whenever he tries to do some probing on the ground. That was Felipe. Still on the ground and clear. With there's John Reyes, who has been getting a steady stream of activity in his direction.
That's not easy for the goalkeeper. There's a lot of players in front of him, and he can easily be blocked by his own teammates or by one of the Kalaheo players, but John was able to focus and collect that ball and keep it in him.
Yes, our vantage point, it looks much clearer. I mean, it's got to be chaos down there. You would know that firsthand.
Exactly. It's a different story from up here in the press box. You can see the entire field. The players on the field can oftentimes not see their teammate on the other side of the field because there's players that are blocking. There's a lot of movement, whereas here, from this vantage point, we're able to always see all 22 players on the field.
Kalaheo trying to mount something in transition. Turn it back upfield. Rejected towards the middle. Now they'll go outside. Cleared away. Farrington, it appears wisely. Kind of knows when to just clear it out.
Yep, when in doubt, clear it out. So we teach the players, if you need a rest or you're in doubt, just get it out. Don't take any chances.
Towards the middle, headed out of there by Parker. Regained by Kalaheo, and the Mustangs will try it again. Coming in. Dancing, dribbling, and shooting, but unsuccessfully, Tyler Williams. As we approach about the halfway mark into the 58th minute, unofficially, of this second half of this championship game. Farrington will throw it in. The Governors will probe the sidelines, now in the middle. That is Caridad. And Chandler Roth for Kalaheo for 21. Sandy there, bad footing, and you can see clearly that was impacting play. Towards the end line and allowing it, Vanderkamp sent it down, and Farrington happy to let it just go over the end line.
Their time to take a breather. They've been under a lot of pressure. They've been doing well. Still scoreless. You don't want to give up any goal because you're tired. You can see Cody Inagaki on the Kalaheo side stretching out his legs. He's played, I think, the whole game so far. He's actually done quite a bit of work on the defensive side. Teammate Tyler has been doing the offensive work.
I'll tell you what, working hard and sending it down. That was, again, Vanderkamp sending it in the middle. Inagaki there, Tyler Williams fighting for position. Watch Hawaii's biggest dog training class with over 200 dogs. Then learn all about the Shiba Inu. Plus take a look at the adorable puppies and dogs who are waiting for a loving home. It's all on the Pet Hui. This Sunday night, 8:30, exclusively on OC 16. Jack Weirs, Brent Murakami, Felipe Ohastro, and the entire OC 16 broadcast team here at Kaiser High School. Championship night of soccer in the OIA. We are scoreless. Heading into the final regularly scheduled 20 minutes of this first championship game, the white championship between Farrington and Kalaheo. And you had to think Kalaheo came in here as a big favorite. It's a heavy favorite. Coming in with a second place finish in the red division. Watch it again.
A little bit of a foul, a little bit of exaggeration, but that's what some of the soccer players do. You need to convince the referee that there was a foul there. We call that gamesmanship.
Or a flop.
Or a flop, as others would say. But it's a tactical flop. In the professional leagues, if you flop and it's obvious to the referee, you would receive a yellow card. But the players just need to sell it sometimes as a tactical issue. If they can receive a free kick in a dangerous area, and that might be the game-winning free kick.
Inagaki with the indirect. Back out and fanning. This poses an opportunity. Here comes Kalaheo racing down. Looking on transition. Dancing towards the middle. Looking to connect with Inagaki. Oh, that's Vanderkamp. Inagaki in the middle. Vanderkamp on the wing. That's Chandler Roth. Downstairs we go for this update. Felipe, what's up?
Thanks a lot, Jack. You know, you mentioned Jansen Wong and his family, and Jansen's been a great contributor for this Farrington squad. And a guy that Coach Chatterjee has known for a while, as you mentioned. You know, he's known him since the 5th grade. He's coached his older brothers and younger brother as well, Jaron and Jordan. They were also coached by Coach Chatterjee. I asked Coach what it's like, essentially, seeing these three guys grow up through the program. He said, you know, they're all great players and great guys, but he thinks that all those skills have been attributed to their mother, to the single mom, who obviously is never easy to do, but she's raised great athletes and great gentlemen, and Coach is so proud of what these three guys have accomplished. And, of course, older brother Jordan Wong, as you mentioned, an assistant coach on the sidelines here for the Governors.
Thanks, Felipe. That's older brother Jordan on the sidelines. Kalaheo, you can tell, really wants to get a quick transition and maybe kickstart their offense in that manner.
They do. They're looking for that transition goal. Farrington's been solid in being disciplined, and so they want to just break through that moment that Farrington, one of their defenders, are not in the right position they're supposed to be. Kalaheo wants to exploit that and get behind and get that goal. So they're pushing forward fast.
Play in the middle. Here comes Jansen Wong. Looking to send one in the direction of goal and trying to connect. Inagaki. That would seem to suggest cramps, although he was reaching down around the calf and closer towards the ankle, but we won't speculate any more than that.
I think it's a cramping issue. He was cramping earlier in the middle of the field, so I guess the coach decided to pull him out, give him a good stretch, and get him back in the game.
Parker from the corner. In the middle. Quickly sealed off, and Parker rifles one behind the net. A little bit more on Parker with Felipe.
Yeah, we saw the emotional level by Makana Parker. Makana actually grew up on the Big Island, then transferred over here to Farrington. Coach said that this guy can change the tempo of a game. He plays with so much emotion when he gets on the field that he fires up his teammates and gets them excited. Earlier this year against Roosevelt, he used that energy, made the most of it, actually scored a goal in that game. Farrington ended up winning 3-2. And if you look at history's past, Coach Chatterjee said we wouldn't even be within 3 goals of a team like Roosevelt. So Makana Parker playing a lot of emotion out there on the field.
Parker with that one regular season goal. High in the air. And again, we're being thrown off a little bit by the whistles behind us. I don't know whether it's coming through on the broadcast, but we're hearing continuous whistles, and it's obviously coming from the gym.
Yeah. It's interesting, like you mentioned earlier, maybe some pranksters out there. It's only to us, apparently.
Caridad on the throw-in, but Felipe hustling in there, battling and contesting. There's the leading scorers this week in the White Soccer playoffs, and Cody Inagaki is the leader with Jansen Wong right there behind him with 2 goals.
Cody's 3 goals in 1 game versus McKinley the other night. A hat trick.
Dancing in, opportunity there in the middle. Oh, it went right through the goal mouth. There was danger all over that ball. On the ground. Through the penalty area. But harmless. Danger but harmless, as it turns out. Nobody in proximity, but that's where you just put that ball in there, and then you hope for bodies to materialize.
So it sometimes can result in an own goal as the defenders are trying to clear that ball out close to their own goal.
Again, this is a scoreless game. As we head and back into the game, Cody Inagaki. On the ground. In the middle, winning that ball, Chandler Roth. Cleared out Arzaga.
Jack, I noticed that the Farrington coaching staff may be making some adjustments as Justin Tamashira has moved from his sweeper position and switched with Jansen Wong, who was a forward. And so maybe a little dynamic change to see if Justin can fire up and get a goal for his senior season to cap off a great career at Farrington. And maybe a little bit of a tactical change. We've got 11 minutes left in regulation. Let's see if Justin can get one.
Well, have you been in games very often where you're reaching this point of the game and you're assessing, you know, we might be a little overmatched here, and we're okay. We're okay with a tie, or we're okay if it should go and take our chances at PK.
Yeah, and you know, it's
rather than get too crazy out there.
That's right. It's a tactical decision the coach needs to make. He believes that his defense or his team can just hold on to prevent the other team from scoring and prolong the game into maybe PKs. Sometimes that's anybody's game when it comes down to penalty kick.
Down on the ground went Reyes, and flying in Inagaki. Reyes has put himself at risk. That was Williams there.
Well done on John's part. Keep that ball out. Sacrificing his face was right next to the Kalaheo attacker's foot.
Dancing, dribbling, controlling, looking for a shot, and it just went wide. He missed the post by maybe 6 inches. Tyler Williams.
What a shot by Tyler Williams. Took on one defender, and his head was up towards the goal. Let's check out this replay. He beat one defender. He checked up at the goal to see where the goalkeeper was. Struck that ball to the far post, and it, like you said, 6 inches from going in the back of the net. What a great shot by Tyler Williams. Looking to hit that ball where the goalkeeper is not.
And John Reyes knew that they caught a break. Because he had the shot and he had the corner of the net.
They sure did. They sure did. I think John's pleasantly surprised to see that it still reads 0-0 on the scoreboard. Tyler has been all over the field for Kalaheo. He's brought a lot of energy. He's chasing down every ball. Look at him as he limps away. I don't know if he got hit there, but he's been running all over the place, and his jersey shows how much heart and how much he's been playing for the Kalaheo team.
Williams, a 3-year starter. He's just a junior and the second scorer on the team with 9 goals. And you can see, you know, effort plays a big part in his game. Throw-in duties, Justin Weber. Quickly, Kalaheo wants to pick up the tempo, I think.
I think so. I think they want to try and get on board as quick as possible.
Back the other way, going down is Tamashiro. Showing a little bit of discomfort. Jansen Wong. That was Felipe redirecting it, and Felipe trying to gain control. Taken away. Good battle for the ball there. It was Bargio. Comes Chandler Roth.
I think what Farrington needs to look to do is play a little bit more direct. We've got that senior Justin Tamashiro up on top, hoping to chase down a loose ball. Farrington can get that ball behind Kalaheo's defense. Maybe an opportunity where one of the Farrington forwards can get on the end of it and get a good quality shot on goal. I think what Farrington needs to do is get that Kalaheo defense turned around so they are running at their own defensive goal. They don't know who is coming from behind them. Get that ball in a dangerous position.
Jansen Wong. 4 goals on the regular season. 2 here in the playoffs. profiled him.
Important goal he had against Waipahu in that double overtime victory in the first round.
Call was an offside. The clock continues to tick inexorably as we head towards the end of regulation. 6 minutes unofficially, and of course the official time clock is kept on the field. How much extra time may have been accrued is not known to us. DeMello.
This is a good opportunity. Good opportunity for Kalaheo to have a free kick about 40 yards off their own goal.
DeMello. Could be a handball. There's a call for a handball. DeMello's demonstrating how Valerio, kind of leaped up with his arms in the air and deflected the ball. And I think he was right. It was pretty obvious for everyone to see. So he'll get to do it again. Watch. That might be the definition of a handball.
I think he was trying to use his hands to get a little bit of a boost up. Fortunately for him, the ball hit his hand.
Okay, they're going to try it again. Move the ball in a couple of steps. Now he's got those hands tied behind him. Lofted towards the goal, but well over the crossbar. It was almost better from a few yards further back.
It'd be interesting psychologically for Kalaheo to be tied with 4.5 minutes left in the match, where they had a convincing win 4-0 when they played just a month ago. So let's see how the Kalaheo players may be a little bit more frustrated, and there may be a little bit more fouls. But let's see if Farrington can fight through, and maybe they can squeeze one out.
Good graphic shots on goal in the second half, which just echoes the first half that was equally lopsided, 9-2 in Kalaheo's favor. Yet they have all these shots and all these opportunities, and we are scoreless as the clock ticks away.
Goals is the only thing that counts in soccer. It's not shots, it's not saves, it's how many goals are scored.
On the ground, in the 18-yard box and kicked away. Malloy has played a huge game defensively. I think we've said that a couple of times, but this Farrington defense has been outstanding. The goalkeeping has been there and been up to the task throughout this game.
They're really in full form, and maybe that is why they have not been scored on in the playoffs in their 2 games that they have played so far, and almost a third in this game as we're nearing the end of regulation.
Here comes Kalaheo and the Mustangs in transition. Inagaki stopping, pivoting, looking for the set piece.
I think we might have another player cramping.
Billadona, a senior forward midfielder for the Governors, is full out. Both of these teams going so hard up and down the field. Out. Man, that's a thrill you can live without.
That's right. That's right. They've played almost 80 minutes. Most of the Farrington players, even the Kalaheo players, have played all those 80 minutes. Your body is being demanded to push even a little harder than you usually work in practice, because this is a championship game. You don't want to let your teammates down. You want to do everything that you can defensively as well as offensively. And sometimes things like that, muscle pulls or cramps, occur in these big games.
Set piece opportunity for Kalaheo. Is this where you send a few more bodies in the middle?
Yeah, if I was Kalaheo, we would commit a couple more players. They've got 4 of their defenders back. Should commit a few of them more into the corner kick area.
Malloy headed it out, so they'll do it again. Tyler Williams with the corner duties. Sends it in the air, lofts it. Headed out. But the redirect gave him an opportunity, and it was on the ground again and cleared. Then the clock continues to tick. Unofficially, we're in the final minute of regulation. That is without knowledge of what extra time has been accrued. Van de Kamp. Tamashiro in there. Jimmy Davis, a junior for Kalaheo. Dribbling, Inagaki. Headed back in. Brandon Liu tried to clear it. Here come the Governors. Looking for offense, but not really.
Yeah.
There you can see clearly defense, and their defensive assignments are the order of business.
Yeah, exactly. They've stuck to their plan, and it's been a successful game plan so far. They've held the Kalaheo Mustangs to no goals in 79 minutes or so. They don't want to commit too many players in these last remaining minute or seconds we've got, I think, left. They don't want to stretch out and allow for Kalaheo to transition and get a goal that way.
And there is the time. Regulation has expired, and we will have overtime here at Kaiser. 80 minutes have been played. We are scoreless in our first championship game. We'll be back in a moment. We've got a coin toss. It would be as if we're starting over again. We will play a 10-minute overtime period, a golden goal. Either team scores, they win. And then if here are the OIA white soccer champions down through the years. Farrington played in the very first white championship, losing to Kahuku, and this is their return to the OIA white soccer finals. Kahuku edging Castle last year, Waipahu the winner the year before. So a 10-minute period, followed by we do it all again with another coin flip, I believe, and another 10-minute period if there is no score. And then you go to a penalty kick shootout. Yep. 5-man penalty kick.
So it'll be 10 minutes, 2 of them, and after the first one, if there's no goal, they'll just switch sides. Just like a normal game, but we're playing 2 10-minute overtimes with we call it a golden goal. The first team to score in this overtime period is the winner. That's the exciting part about overtime. That golden goal, you're able to celebrate once the team scores. Brings back some great memories.
Did you ever score a golden goal?
I have not personally scored a golden goal, but been a part of teams that have scored some very important golden goals throughout my career as a player in high school and in college.
Now, you were on those teams that won 4 straight state championships at Mililani. 2001 through 2004. Those were your teams. You were the captain in your senior year, weren't you?
I was part of it.
Let's take a look at the shot chart. Look at the opportunities Kalaheo has had
They've had some awesome opportunities, but the Farrington goalkeeper, John Reyes, has come up huge for Farrington, keeping it scoreless.
Reyes has got to be thinking, holy smokes, we might go through 20 more minutes and then it's going to go on my shoulders again.
Right. I think it's a good thing that the field isn't as soggy as it was last night, or else his goalkeeping jersey would be weighing a ton of mud.
So Kalaheo will be going from our left to our right. They'll be doing the kicking off in the center spot. They'll again begin by trying to probe the sidelines. Back towards the middle. Tamashiro the other way for Farrington. Farrington on a little bit of offense, but they're not sending a whole lot of people down there to help out.
No, they're not. They're just pushing forward with maybe 2 or 3 players on the get-go, and as the ball stays up on their offensive side, they're able to get more players joining in on the offense, supporting them.
Tangled up. Whistle and a foul. And let's go down and take this opportunity to go down to Felipe.
Yeah, during that intermission, Jack, Coach Chatterjee went up to his team and congratulated them for hanging out and hanging tough with one of the top teams to beat really in the OIA. He congratulated them for playing solid defense for 40 minutes. Into this overtime period, he wants his team to load up the box and keep attacking because he sees that Kalaheo's a little bit winded here. And on the other side for the Mustangs, it's these times that the senior leaders thrive. And this is Nick Vanderkamp's opportunity during the timeout. He went up here, and he went in the huddle, and he said, guys, let's force the issue, leave it all out on the field. It's do or die. This is our game to lose. Back up to you, Jack.
Tamashiro from about 35 yards, and it had the pace, but a little bit high. Jack Bell sending it towards the middle. Parker redirects. Farrington hoping to mount a little transition game. Regis
brought some energy to the game. Julius Regis has really brought some fire to the Farrington offense in this overtime.
Remember, this is a 10-minute period. And if there is no scoring, there would be another 10-minute period. And if either team scores, the game is over.
That's right. Go and go.
Blocked. Sending it down the other way. Oh, room. Inagaki trying to maneuver. Looking for a shot. Stopping. Pivoting. Shooting. And he scores! Oh, what a play by Inagaki.
This is a transition goal, exactly what we were talking about earlier on how Kalaheo can exploit Farrington as Farrington Governors. They're trying to commit players forward. What a great goal by Cody.
Cody Inagaki, who has been their leading scorer, gets the golden goal.
That celebration that I'm talking about, he scores, and the Kalaheo team gets to run on that field and celebrate. Unfortunately, Farrington Governors are some of them are down on the field, but they've got to hold their head up high. They've played a fantastic game. It's been a great OIA White Division Championship.
They see those Governors on the field. That is what when you term leaving it all on the field. There's just nothing left. They're spent. They're exhausted. Look at Kalaheo come over and congratulate. This was a well played game.
It was awesome. Awesome to see.
Inagaki gaining control. Great maneuver. And tucked it in the inside the left post. Boy, that was. And Reyes is spent. I think you know, he's disconsolate, surely, but he is also spent.
Exactly. I mean,
because he's been a warrior out there.
He was able to hold off Kalaheo for those 9, 10 shots in the second half, those 9 or 10 shots that in the first half, and unfortunately the first shot Kalaheo had in overtime was one that counted.
1-0. Kalaheo is your OIA white champions for 2013. And Cody Inagaki is your hero. We'll be back. Final score again, Kalaheo has won the 2013 white championship for boys soccer. 1-0 in overtime and a golden goal by Cody Inagaki in the 7th minute. And Brent Murakami, thoughts about great game?
It surely was a great game. Farrington was able to stay in the game, kept Kalaheo scoreless, and like we talked about, I think, we saw it in the game a couple of times, a transition opportunity for Kalaheo, and almost scoring in the regular game, and they netted a transition goal in overtime.
This was a strategy, and the coach was telling us about it. He said we got to probe, we got to be flexible and adjust to what the game dictates. And it looked like as the game wore on, he said we got to go to more of a transition game.
Exactly.
And we got to pick up the pace, because Farrington's defense was so solid that once Farrington got set up, there was just no way that they were going to penetrate that defense.
Exactly. I think that was the key for Farrington. They kept the game scoreless. They had solid defense throughout the 80 minutes plus. And unfortunately, I think it started off a Farrington attack, and the ball got taken away, and Kalaheo went down to score and exploited the area where maybe the Farrington defender was not.
Well, as far as our impact player, first of all for Farrington, you know, I think you got to give your props to John Reyes, because he was in the middle of the mix from the very outset when we started out in daylight, and he was being tested throughout this one. And there were some shots on goals, and then there were some shots that never got launched because he was out there contesting everything. And John Reyes is our impact player for the Farrington Governors, and a lot of emotion. This young man is playing in his first season of competitive soccer. How about that? And he has a lot of memories, I think, that'll come from this game.
Sure.
And now for our impact player for the winning Kalaheo Mustangs, we go downstairs to Felipe.
I appreciate it, Jack. We're here with our impact player, Cody Inagaki, your 14th goal of the season, and it's a big one as Kalaheo captures their first OIA championship in 15 years. Cody, this game was a physical game. How difficult was it for you and this squad?
It was a really difficult game. They had all their players fast, physical, just a tough game overall. Their experience, you can tell.
I know it was a team dynamic, according to your head coach, and the sportsmanship that you've shown to a Farrington player who was crying in tears. What did you say to him?
I said, good game. He was a great player. He made a really big impact for their team, so I gave him what he deserved, gave him credit, and said thanks, good game.
How special is this win for you and this team?
Oh, it's very special. First time we've ever made it this far, ever, so it was just a blast.
And your first ever trophy, correct?
Correct.
Right on. Well, hope you have a good place for it. On they go to the state tournament, Jack. Cody Inagaki, our impact player of the game for the Mustangs.
That jersey tells a pretty good story in itself as to the type of effort that went in tonight. A little bit about the leader. And watch the effort, because he's the man that that the offense revolves around. And Cody Inagaki is our impact player. and everyone sharing the trophy for our impact player. Now for our Taco Bell play of the game. Well, what do you think it is? I think you got to go to overtime. And we're looking at some of the efforts of John Reyes as he stopped multiple balls throughout this game. But I think our Taco Bell play of the game might just be from a little action in overtime. And we're working on that as both of the teams in our nightcap begin to loosen up down on the field. Some final thoughts. Both of these teams acquitted themselves so well that I think this speaks well of what might transpire in the upcoming state tournament. Now our Taco Bell play of the game, because this merits at least one more look. Cody Inagaki just battling 1-on-3. This was a lot of individual effort. He put it on the net, and he tucked it in there nicely. He didn't have a lot of room.
Great composure to cut that ball back against the grain and put that ball in the near post to beat the outstanding goalkeeper, John Reyes.
So one game is in the books. We've got an OIA white champion. It's Kalaheo for 2013. And now we've got one more to crown coming up in a few minutes. Will it be Mililani? Will it be Kapolei? Two traditional powers in the West and two unbeaten teams. Their only blemish is a scoreless tie between the two. Something's got to give, and we're going to have the answer here in a few minutes. So game one in the books, 1-0 the final. For Felipe Ohastra, my booth partner Brent Murakami, I'm Jack Weirs. We'll see you in just a little while.
Live presentation was brought to you by Zippy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Sopo, Hawaii's Police Officers Union.